earth as in heaven, right here in my heart. Father, let your kingdom come. Father, let your will be done, on earth as in heaven, right here in my heart.
Very happy Easter here from Magdala. We've come out here to the garden. You can see Jesus and Mary Magdalene behind us. Of course, this is a place dedicated to the public life of the Lord, and we're celebrating the Paschal mystery. But these two people found each other. For Easter, in fact, we read what Mary Magdalene said in the liturgy every single day of these 8 days that we're celebrating Easter. And you can see that Jesus has our pilgrim staff and Mary Magdalene, the backpack we've been taking all over. So I wanted to finish our virtual pilgrimage together with Alessandra. And thank you very much for everything you've done to follow us. And I hope you can spread the word. It's a lot of work, a lot more work, I think, than we anticipated to do the pilgrimage. Really, the two of us, with, of course, some help from the media team and some people that we have in different parts of the world. But it's been also a pleasure, and it's been a wonderful way to live Easter. Or excuse me, Lent, building up to Easter. Has it helped you in your Lent?
Yes, of course. It was a big help, to follow all the prayers, different prayers, the holy places.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Well, I remember what you said even yesterday is the discovery of Mary of Egypt, and then the Monastery of the Holy Cross. Places like that are just so special. I mean, especially if you think of the liturgy we've been living over the past few days. It's really been a pleasure. And I have to make a confession to all of you before we have our drawing, and we'll see which of you registered will receive these lovely gifts. When I started this pilgrimage, I thought it was going to be easy. And it's because, of course, this is still a time of war. We still are officially at war. The state of Israel is at war. And so that affects everything. So, of course, I thought it would be easier just to stay in one place. And one of the safest cities in all of the state of Israel is Jerusalem, because it has like a triple iron dome over the top of it. But it was really complex to be able to take you to all the places that we wanted to go. But it was a pleasure as well. But it was it was a challenge. I think it was tiring.
Big challenge, but we managed. And now we have a lot of friends.
We do. And they're very interested in meeting all of you.
Yes.
I think it's important for you to know that. And as much as we can, I think I mentioned this yesterday as well, we will try to share some of the more complete interviews we've had with some of the most amazing people around the Holy Land that we just didn't have enough time in the episodes. Also wanted to apologize for any of the technical problems, from music that was too high, I think some volume that like you couldn't hear well because it was rubbing against my hair or a scarf, or spotty audio. What else happened? Sometimes we had weird subtitles. And we'll be fixing that as things move forward, because the videos do stay on YouTube. Some weird takes every now and then, but look at us. We are two women who love the Lord and wanted to bring this part of the pilgrimage to you. The fourth part of the catechism, actually, it's a whole pilgrimage on prayer. So I think it was wonderful.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Was a big gift for me. It was a big gift.
Well, Alessandra is an extremely patient person, because when you're under deadlines and time constraints, and many things seem to go wrong, or you lose something, or so we broke an iPhone and we broke an iPad during this pilgrimage.
And then start to rain, and then the sun coming, and
working with the different feast days.
Feast days close.
Yeah.
But we managed.
I mean, really, it's really been a pleasure to be able to bring these places to each and every one of you. Now, I also wanted to mention something else that's coming up. Of course, I think many of you know that Father Eamon Kelly has his daily stroll and chat here on the shores of the Sea of Galilee, a really special opportunity to follow what happens here every day in a really simple way, but also reflecting on the gospel. We also have, look for us on Instagram. We'll be putting out some more things soon. It's going to take us a few months to ramp up to that. But once we do that, I'd ask you to subscribe. I guess that's a big deal. Alessandra's probably the best promoter of these things. But most especially, I wanted to mention two things. In the next couple of days or weeks, we'll be having a recap of our Women's Encounter. We have an annual Women's Encounter in March during International Women's Month. And so we'll have a chance to share that with you. Some of you have been able to come here in person for that. I hope you can come in the future. And we do have our first annual Women of the Bible in-person pilgrimage. And so if you've enjoyed going to, of course, the classic places here in the Holy Land where the Lord revealed who he is and cured and healed and preached and gave us the sacraments and filled us with grace, we'll be doing that, but also going to places that perhaps most pilgrims don't go to. We'll be talking about, the Old Testament figures of women and the New Testament figures of women. And so it's really a fantastic opportunity. You'll be receiving that information soon. And then also starting at the beginning of September, we'll be having our weekly podcast of women from the Holy Land. So we'll be bringing to you different women from here in the Holy Land, women that potentially you can meet in next year's Women's Encounter, which is actually the tail end of our annual International Women of the Bible pilgrimage. So
don't lose this opportunity, because maybe I have patience, but Kathleen has great ideas. So
we have 39 names. That's almost 40 names. It's almost one for each of our programs that we made. We actually made 53 programs. So it's absolutely insane. But these are people who did register for our pilgrimage. Some of you, we only have your email. So hopefully you'll be able to receive this. And we have different things from places that you have been to and you have seen. So I'm just going to start from the top. And we already have the drawing that we did digitally from the database of those of you who registered. So let's go ahead and start with some of what you see here. Right in front of Alessandra, we have some wonderful items from the 8th station of the cross. Can you show me this? This is something, so when you come in person, you can have a panoramic view of Jerusalem with a great map. And then we also have the Way of the Cross, these little booklets, which are wonderful. And if you were able to follow the Way of the Cross that we did every Friday, this will show you the map. And I think it actually helps a lot, gives you an understanding of what everything looks like. It's beautifully done. And then for those of you who are either have kids at home and you like to have little placemats on the table, or you just like to know things like me, these are actually placemats. They're educational placemats. You have the Way of the Cross here with the map, and then the Church of the Holy Sepulchre on the back. Yes. So yeah, we have a couple of those for people. And then we have 5 ways of the cross, and then the Jerusalem map. And then we also have this. You might think it's really goofy. It's called the Gospel Story. If you have any old Bibles at home, you look at some of these pictures and be like, it looks like my old Bible. But what makes these pictures unique is it shows you what you can't see anymore, because a lot of these cities that are depicted here have grown. Even the national parks where you have, we didn't go up to Banyas this year, but, or in this pilgrimage, where Peter, professes Christ, it used just to be a field. And so you can see these pictures in here, and it was a special gift from the man in the 8th station. So we actually have 2 people who will receive, this is for 5 different people, okay? The first 2 people will receive the Way of the Cross booklet. The 3rd person will receive the Way of the Cross booklet plus a placemat, 4th person plus a placemat, and then the 5th person will receive the Jerusalem map. Okay, are we ready? The first winner of our Holy Week, our Lenten virtual pilgrimage of prayer is Marilyn Emerson. Congratulations, Marilyn. I believe you're from Minnesota, and I'm so happy you followed us. And also a Way of the Cross, we have Barbara Navarrete. And let me see where you're from, Barbara. Oh, you're from Olympia, Washington. Beautiful place. So we'll be sending that to you in the mail. All right, and then we also have a winner. And this is somebody who's named Diane Ever. Oh, I think it's Diana Veronica Cooks. Diana Veronica Cookson. Congratulations. So you'll receive your your map of the Way of the Cross plus a placemat. So thanks for joining us on the pilgrimage. And then we have somebody named Fernando at History Travel Tours. I assume that you have some of these things, but you can use these as a gift for some of your own pilgrims if you'd like. Fernando, congratulations. You've received your own Way of the Cross, as well as one of our really cool placemats. And finally, the one who receives also the map of Jerusalem, that is Elizabeth Pavey or Pavey from Louisiana. Thank you for joining us. It's so good to have you on our pilgrimage. Wonderful. So let's pass on to a couple of things that we have in front of us. If you remember, we talked about on one Saturday, the Our Father in Armenian. And we were able to visit a beautiful shop of some Armenian pottery. So these are hand-painted pottery. This is hand-painted pottery from there. And so we would love to be able to share that with you, and you can come and get some more things from their shop. So the one who's going to receive the pomegranate mug, which is one of the symbols of Armenia, that's Edwina Ramsayer. Congratulations from Mustang, Oklahoma. Thank you for joining us on the pilgrimage. And this lovely mug with the symbol, also a really common symbol, which is the peacock, of course, for eternal life, that they do in Armenian hand-painted pottery. That will go to Mariafe Malibiran. You're from the United States. Thank you for joining us. We're actually excited about that. All right, now there's another person who's going to receive another piece of pottery here. Now, if you notice what it says, it actually says
Jacob's Well.
So you can only get this at
Jacob's
Jacob's
Well.
Well, which is in Samaria. It's a very dangerous place to go to now. But of course, we've been there, and our entire pilgrimage was about sitting at the well. So these are beautiful little, it actually has a top to it, little ceramic bottles from Jacob's Well. And we'll be sending 2 of those to you. And that is going to Leanne Jager from Canada. Thank you for following us all the way from Canada. Canada?
Great.
And Samaria. I love it. Wonderful. All right, so behind me you can see we have a few other items. And one of the things that we spoke about when we were talking about the Our Father in Latin, of course, was the Cross of Jerusalem. If you'd like to know more about that, I'd recommend that you see that episode with our Custos, Father Paton. So this lovely olive wood cross will be going to, all right, Carolyn McKenna from Spokane, Washington. My mother grew up in Spokane, so I'm delighted to be receiving this cross in the mail. Congratulations. All right, now also what we have on the table back there, you'll see these really beautiful hands if you want to pick those up. It's the hands, the praying hands. They're actually quite heavy. And of course, we've been in a pilgrimage of prayer. Some people really like these, some people not so much, but these are lovely carved olive wood praying hands. And so we're going to send that off to, drum roll, so Jacqueline Hoffner. Jacqueline, who is from Michigan. So congratulations, thank you for joining us on this pilgrimage of prayer. And these are certainly items that Father Juan from here in Magdala will be blessing as we send them off to you. All right, the other thing that we have there, you'll notice, she's got one of our icons here. We have a couple of icons from the Russian Orthodox Church. And so if you notice, we had a beautiful episode about the Our Father in Russian at the very end of our virtual pilgrimage on Holy Saturday. And so we have an icon we'll be sending off to Dolores O'Connell in Newberry, Florida. Congratulations, Dolores. You're going to love the icon. And then the other one we're going to send off to Sharon Louise Tressel, who's in Ohio. Thank you for joining us. All right. And then you'll notice 3 things there. Do you want to pick those up and put them in your hands, Alessandra?
Yes. Here, you can see.
All right. What's neat about these items is they form what you might want to call a pilgrimage kit. But what makes them so unique, they make them specifically for us in Bethlehem. You can see it has the Magdala stamp on it. But this heart fits into your hand, an adult hand, and you can hang on to it and remember how much you're loved. So I'm going to switch that one out for a cross. It's a beautiful cross. It's got Magdala at the bottom. You can hang on to it. This is something that I think I mentioned in the pilgrimage. Somebody took with them into an operation. And then this one sort of looks like a weird piece of wood. But look how nicely that fits into your hand. Isn't that nice? And so this is actually, if you look at it, it's an image of Jesus' mother, Mary. So it's like, I need to have the closeness of Mary. I need to have a mother close by. So we have these 3 items made from olive wood here from the Holy Land. And so we wanted to send those out to you. So the first one, which is the heart, will be going to Kit Bushman in Great...
Sorry.
She got excited about this. So Kit, you'll be receiving the heart, the Magdala heart made from olive wood. She lives in Grapevine, Texas. Thank you for joining us on the virtual pilgrimage. And then the cross will be going to Suzanne Broski. Suzanne, thank you for joining us also. I believe you are from the U.S., but I'm not sure exactly where. And then the beautiful statuette of Mary, having our mother close by, is going to go all the way to the UK. And that's going to be sent to Adlington. We don't have your full name, but we do have your email address. So if you answer your email, you'll be receiving that beautiful statue. The handheld closeness of Mary. So it's a lovely gift. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a life.
All right. So we're going to head back to Texas, it looks like, for our next gift. This is kind of exciting. And what we have here are different symbols of beautiful pieces that you may have seen in the supplementary material that was sent to you every day. With that, of course, I hope some of you were able to open that. It's kind of like a Bible study or a study guide, just some questions and maybe some information that might help in our prayer. Especially, I cited Benedict XVI quite a bit, John Paul II, and different people. But there were also items down below, which are beautiful items here from our gift shop. So I don't know if you want to hold that up. It's just a lovely Holy Spirit with gold, silver and gold on it. And we're going to go ahead and send that to our Texan named Kim Castelli. Thank you for joining us, and may the Holy Spirit accompany you as we prepare for Pentecost. And then the next thing you'll see is a charm. It's a lovely charm. And it's praying hands as well. So it reminds us of our pilgrimage of prayer. And so we're going to be sending that off to Switzerland. Thank you for joining us from Switzerland, Joseph Bendel. And so you'll receive a beautiful charm, a silver charm of these praying hands. So let's go back to the United States. We're going to go back to Texas. And this is a lovely silver. It's one of my favorite. Again, it's that cross we talked about, the Holy Land cross. And I think this one actually has Jerusalem on one side, and one side there's no Jerusalem. So it's a wonderful little gift that we're going to be sending off to Tracy Jeffrey. So Tracy, enjoy that. Now, this is a really neat charm, I think. On one side, you have a cross, like the Holy Land cross, and if you turn it over, you have, it's hard to see, obviously, we can see it perfectly. It's the dome of the Holy Sepulchre. If you remember from the very beginning of the pilgrimage, we had the chance to take you there as we were walking on the rooftop right next to the dome. The Greek Orthodox will allow us to go up there. So who is going to receive this? Well, that's going to go all the way to South Carolina. We're going to be sending that to Tom McGuire. So congratulations, Tom. It's a beautiful charm. All right. Now the next one we have is a lovely cross. It's one of our volunteers' favorites, I guess. And that is a cross that's silver with a gold Holy Spirit dove on the front of it. And so again, it just ties in together Easter, Holy Week, Easter, and also Pentecost. So we're going to send that all the way up to Canada, to Montreal. So the email address we have for that is smilja. So whoever you are, thank you for registering, and I hope you enjoy this lovely cross. We'll be sending you an email. If you answer, we'll send that cross in the mail to you. All right, so we're headed back to the United States, and this is a lovely, a little bit more decorative charm. Just a beautiful necklace, actually, of the cross, the Jerusalem cross, the Holy Land cross. So we're going to be sending that off to Kate Kenny. Thank you, Kate, for joining us on our pilgrimage. And then we have one more, and I like this one a lot. Look how pretty that is.
Oof, very pretty.
Isn't that nice? It's got the silver plus the gold on the top. And so we're going to be sending that also to the States, to Lucky Marie Kausland. So thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoy this lovely necklace as well. So pretty, right?
Yes, beautiful.
Okay. So if you notice underneath that, we have a jersey. Who doesn't want one of these wonderful jerseys that we have in Magdala? Not all of them say, I love Magdala. We'll be sending you an email and you tell us what size you'd like. And we're going to be sending that along with this card. And do you want to explain what that is, Alessandra?
Yes, of course. This card is has the small Magdala rosette, this Magdala symbol, and this card is the small painting of the encounter painting that we have in Magdala, in Duque Alto, in the encounter chapel, the encounter painting, and is remember the Moravian woman touching the garment of Jesus, and she got healed. So it's really beautiful painting. We have here the foot of Jesus and the hand of the Moravian woman is, and remember us to pray for sick people, for peace in heart, for all the wounds, as we did during our virtual pilgrimage.
So those two beautiful items are going to be headed all the way over to the UK. And that will be going to Annabelle. Thank you, Annabelle, for registering for our pilgrimage.
That's beautiful.
Yes. So we're going to be going back now to the United States. And we have a very popular item. When we had an interview with Father Boulos, it was one of our first, I think it was the first Our Father we did in Aramaic. And Aramaic Our Father is just like ancient, and it's just extraordinary. And so Father Boulos makes these, and he's made 5 for our pilgrims. So who are these 5 lucky recipients of our Aramaic Our Father? The first is headed out to Bethesda, Maryland, and that is Barbara Nolman Ritchell. Congratulations, Barbara. The next one will be headed out to Eileen Marshall. Eileen, I hope you enjoy this. It's leather. How long did it take him to make it? Like 5 minutes? When
6.
he wrote it? 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
Yes.
He said that usually he take 3 hours, and then he got 6 minutes.
Yes. So pretty incredible. The third one will be headed over to Canada, or up to Canada. Greta Atkinson. Congratulations. I hope you enjoy this. And then the next one is back to the States. That's the 5th one, right? Is Marlene Vilken. Vilken. Yes, Marlene Vilken. Congratulations. I hope you enjoy it. That's the 4th one, right?
Okay, great.
What was the 4th one, right?
Yes.
We actually have a 6th one. We were just going to keep it. All right, so the next one is okay. We'll send it off to the United States, and that will be Anne MBO is what's on your email, Anne MBO. So congratulations, Anne. If you answer your email, we'll certainly send this off to you. All right, so these are the main things that we have for our pilgrims. And what's so incredible, because we have so many of you who are winners this year, is we're going to go through this one more time. And so we have a few more items we would like to send to you. First of all, to Aberdeen, Scotland. Congratulations. You'll also be receiving an Aramaic Our Father from Father Boulos. And that is Leonora Puaso. Congratulations. So exciting to have us a connection to Scotland. To the United States, to Diana Smith, we'll be sending off, how do you say this? The jersey, the little jacket that we have from Magdala, and another one of these little cards. And who is that going to? Diane, I said right, Diane Smith. Congratulations, Diane Smith.
Congratulations, yes.
We're so excited. And then in the United States to Colorado, Brenda Simmons will be receiving one of these beautiful crosses. Congratulations, Brenda. This is really exciting. All right, we're going to go back to Texas. In Corpus Christi, Texas, Martha O'Gara has won one of these beautiful Armenian ceramic pieces. So congratulations, Martha. Also, you're not from Texas, you're from Canada. We've got 2 people who won something from Canada. This is exciting. Cecilia Filmer, congratulations, and Sylvia Ellick. You also will be receiving one of these beautiful pieces of ceramic from the ceramic shop right in downtown Old City, Jerusalem. Such a beautiful family. Okay. Now we have only 2 more people. So from Louisiana, those beautiful olive wood prayer hands will be sent as I said, to Louisiana, to Stephen Hernandez. Congratulations, Stephen, and thank you for joining us on our pilgrimage. And finally, we have one other item, which is this, the Mary, okay, that you can keep in your hands. And that is actually going to New Jersey. And that is for Pat Lucchesi. Congratulations and thank you for joining us. Actually, I mean, you tell us if you're petite, because this fits like a man's hand really well, or a woman's hand in general, but it's kind of big for yours, right?
Yes.
It's too big for you. It's too big.
Yes,
but we have different sizes, and so when we send you our email, you can let us know. So it's kind of exciting.
Big or small? Or big, small.
Yes. So we want to thank you so much for joining us, and we are already planning for our next virtual pilgrimage, which will be in Advent. So I hope you can join us for our Nativity Trail is what we call it. So we'll be walking from Nazareth all the way to Bethlehem. We'll see what the circumstances in the Holy Land allow us to do, and that will define what type of filming we'll be doing. And of course, we're preparing for next year's Lenten virtual pilgrimage, and we'll be announcing that very, very soon. So,
thank you.
Anything else you'd like to say to our beautiful pilgrims?
I thank you for following us. Yes, because we just hope that this virtual pilgrimage help you to in your prayer, in get close to God. This is what we desire, what we want, what we hope that this can help you.
Thank you. And Alessandra was actually absent for several weeks. She and one of the other consecrated women are going around, and we're looking for fundraising because we're trying to buy a house for our community here in Magdala. So that's also very exciting. Thank you for doing all of that, and any support you can give us is always most welcome. Follow along in the future. We hope you can stay tuned to Magdala Media. Do pray for the team. We're looking forward to welcoming more volunteers as soon as the situation works out and things get a little bit better in the Holy Land. Although the Custos, who's the one who's in charge of the Franciscans and all the holy sites, did tell us, if you remember, you can begin coming back, and we are so ready to welcome each and every one of you.
Some small groups start to come again.
Yep.
We receive here in Magdala small groups, so everybody's welcome.
Yes, very
Thank
welcome.
you.
God bless you all. And again, as we've said every day, and it's true every single day, from Magdala, God bless you, and we've been praying for each and every one of you from the Holy Land.